Well, the weekend's a done deal. We're back at it here working, not working real hard. Monday, 25th day of November, 2024. I am Dan Kuntz, your host. It is, as you can see behind me, that's our Wenatchee Heights camera. It is a little on the foggy side, a little on the cloudy side. The rain stopped about an hour and a half ago, but we had some overnight rain. We had an extremely wet weekend. We had lots of rain. New record for rainfall on Friday. The 22nd, we had 3/4 of an inch of rain. It just rained pretty much all day. We had records set earlier in the week. I have a slide to show for you. You're going to go, wow, this has been a wet month, and we're still, 6 more days to go before we can call this baby a done deal. It is Thanksgiving week. We will not be here on Thursday. We will be doing a show on Friday. It's not going to be much, but we're going to do a show on Friday. There will be no newscast, by the way, on Thursday or Friday. Our news gang gets a 4-day weekend. I hope you get a 4-day weekend. If you're traveling, it doesn't look too bad, at least in the Pacific Northwest area. Over the passes, don't see any real issues at all. We have all those details coming up. We got news to get to. Sports, a busy weekend for us in the sports department. We'll let you know how the Wenatchee Panther girls volleyball team did down in Yakima in the state 4A volleyball championships. We had our cameras at the Apple Bowl to cover Nooksack Valley and Cashmere. We'll have that. Of course, the Seahawks, another big victory. We have a lot of sports to talk about. And a friendly reminder, on Thursday morning, Thanksgiving morning, if you are so inclined, you are invited to run the Turkey Trot. Second annual Turkey Trot being put on by the Community Foundation of North Central Washington is this Thursday morning. It's not too late to sign up. You can sign up right until close of business Wednesday. If you want, Beth Stipe will be joining me in the back half of the program to talk about the Turkey Trot, which is this Thursday. Of course, this is as late as Thanksgiving can possibly be. It can't get any later than November 28th, which is the 4th Thursday in November. Our tour begins, whatever it is that we can see around here under this 36-degree day. That is the Wenatchee Heights camera. So you can see a little bit of snow there by the cross. If it wasn't for the cross, you know, the light of the cross reflecting off the snow, we probably wouldn't be able to see much of anything. You'd see a little splash of what looks to be the Fred Meyer parking lot area in the lower right-hand corner. Outside of that, it's pretty cloudy, it's pretty foggy, it's still dark. Sun's not up yet. Sun doesn't come up until 7:20 this morning, sunset this afternoon, if you will, 4:15. That's 8 hours and 55 minutes. Yes, we're under the 9-hour mark of daylight. And even though we can't see much daylight, camera 2, who knows where we're off to? Well, wait a minute. That is somewhat perceptible. Is that Stein, Josiah? That is Stein. Okay, that's Stein Hill. High above Cashmere, looking back towards the Dryden-Peshastin area. I'm assuming, because I can't really pick out anything else except that. I'm thinking it's cloudy and foggy in Cashmere as well. Cashmere right now, you are at, hold tight just a minute, 33 degrees. We're at 36 downtown. Camera 3 is off to, well, around a rock. This one works. It's below that. We use this camera a lot when we get to this time of the year. We get the inversion in the clouds and the fog because it's one of the few cameras we can see something on Localtel's Sky-Fi system. So hello to Lake Antioch. The little blinky thing on the right is Rocky Ridge Dam, and of course, way off into the distance, the Wenatchee Valley proper. And of course, Mission Ridge opened over the weekend too. And camera 4. That's a beautiful view. Not quite as cloudy up in the Lake Chelan area. Good morning to Chelan. Good morning to the Three Fingers development, the marina. Campbell's. Campbell's will be doing their big Thanksgiving feast. I think they do every year. It's like $70, but it's well worth it, especially if you're into eating lots of food, and I'm into that. This is from our Lower Butte camera. We have 2 of them, of course, on the Chelan Butte, one up top and one right about there. Good morning to Chelan. We have had a very wet November. Now, this stat you're going to see is just through Friday. Just through Friday, as you can see, we are already on track to have our 5th wettest November since they started keeping track of these things back in 1949. And that does not count the rain that we had on Saturday, which was not much, but Sunday we had a lot yesterday and in the overnight hours. That doesn't even account the rain we got on Sunday and in the early part of this day. But we had, on Tuesday, we had over half an inch of rain. On Wednesday, we had almost a half an inch of rain. We had 3/4 of an inch of rain on Friday, which was a new record. And look how much rain Omak has gotten. Their records go back pretty far, as you can see up in the Omak area. They already have the 3rd wettest November since they started keeping track of these things. And again, it's only the 25th, but we should be dry for the rest of the month. So those numbers might stay pretty stable with the exception of today, because once midnight rolls around, of course, they restart the process of how much rain we got in a 24-hour period. But it has been wet, especially the last 6 days or so. From the National Weather Service, what we have right now is what we're going to have all day. It's going to be cloudy, the occasional spittles of rain. Snow level right now is at 2,200 feet. It's going to go up to 2,800 feet in the afternoon. But the passes are okay, no real problems. Lots of fog to go along with it, and clouds and a high of 41. Cloudy and foggy tonight, 30 for the overnight low. We'll be under the influence of high pressure on Tuesday and Wednesday, and this time of the year that means sunny and fairly mild conditions. Keep in mind our normal afternoon high is about 40, so we'll be a little bit above that both Tuesday and Wednesday with quite a bit of sunshine, but with the clear skies at night, pretty chilly for the overnight lows. 27 Tuesday into Wednesday and 26 Wednesday into Thursday. Thanksgiving Day looks pretty raw. Lots of clouds, lots of fog, no rain in the forecast, just cold and cloudy, and a high of 39, 25 for the overnight low on Thursday. Black Friday, right back to the sunshine again after the fog burns off. It may take a little while. We'll top off to 41, and then we head on into December. Are you ready? Saturday, patchy fog, lots of clouds, 38. Sunday, patchy fog, lots of clouds, 39. So sunny Tuesday and Wednesday, and that's really, and Friday, but pretty cloudy for the other forecast days. But we should be drying out after a very wet weekend. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have your Monday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
When you've been in business for 40 years, it's because you understand change and you put members first, always. Now Works is announcing a change in their membership model. Up to 6 people on one membership that you can mix and match. The more people, the bigger the discounts. Introducing the Works shared membership model. One membership, friends and family and flexibility. Works, the cleanest, friendliest, most helpful gyms you and your friends will ever join. Central Washington Water is your hot spring spa dealer for over 45 years. Shop their showroom and see the new Freshwater Smart IQ. This is a new innovative approach to super simple water care combined with the freshwater salt system to give you clean, balanced spa water naturally. There's a hot tub for every budget. Save up to $1,000 on hot spring spas or buy plug-and-play spas starting at $79 per month. Why shop anywhere else? Central Washington Water. They service what they sell.
The family at the Eplidolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Eplidolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Eplidolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Eplidolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
Medicare annual election period is here, and the rumors are true. Health Alliance and Assurance Northwest Medicare Advantage plans are not available beginning January 1st, 2025. Now, there are 2 new Medicare Advantage plans that will be replacing them. But to quickly answer many of your questions, go to our website and click on Plan Termination. You can also come to one of our sales and education meetings. You don't have to be a current client. We'll be providing everyone a folder with step-by-step instructions on finding a new plan for next year.
Cloudy, misty, foggy, 36 degrees. We're not going to get much warmer than 36. We're only going to be in the lower 40s with lots of clouds today. Sunshine in the forecast for Tuesday and Wednesday. Pretty cloudy and pretty raw for Thanksgiving. Back to sunshine to wrap up the work week. What little work we'll be doing. It's 9 minutes after the hour. An East Wenatchee man is in custody after a drive-by shooting. This happened in the 900 block of North Mission Street. That left another man wounded. This all happened on Thursday night. 26-year-old River Joseph Deshane faces possible charges, including second-degree attempted murder. Wenatchee police say one of their patrol officers was flagged down at about 10 o'clock Thursday night by the victim near the corner of 9th and Chelan by a 32-year-old male with a gunshot wound. About an hour later, DeShane allegedly called police from his home and admitted that he was the shooter. Police took him into custody without incident. Police say the victim was treated at Confluence Health and his injuries were not life-threatening. DeShane is still being held in the Chelan County Jail. A Chelan County jury took just over 4 hours to convict a Moses Lake man of multiple sex offenses against a child. 23-year-old Caden Ray Chisholm was convicted Thursday of first-degree child rape and child molestation. The jury agreed with prosecutors that Chisholm sexually abused 2 children he was asked to babysit while he was living in Wenatchee multiple times between 2015 and 2017. The victims, who were about 6 and 8 years old at the time of the assaults, both testified during Chisholm's trial. He is now being held in the Chelan County Jail. Judge Robert Jordan is scheduled to sentence him on December 30th. He could face more than 10 years in prison. It was Chisholm's second trial in the case. The first trial ended with a hung jury last May. The Chelan Douglas Land Trust has dismissed its executive director. After 2 years, Eunice Humans was brought on board to steer the conservation nonprofit back in 2022 with the departure of Director Kurt Soper. Our media partner, the Wenatchee World, reports that the Land Trust's board president announced the decision this week to remove Humans from her post effective November 18th. No specific reason for her dismissal was given. The Land Trust board says former executive director Bob Boogert, who led the agency for 9 years, will serve as interim director for the next 4 months. The trust owns or manages about 27,000 acres in Chelan and Douglas counties. Humans told the Wenatchee World she would not discuss the decision, except to say that she was heartbroken. The Douglas County PUD is the latest utility to get a critical audit for its compliance with Washington's new clean energy requirements. The Washington Auditor's Office said the Douglas PUD failed to offer more than one program to help low-income ratepayers weatherize their homes and reduce their energy use. Multiple program options have been required since 2021 by the Clean Energy Transformation Act. Douglas wasn't the only PUD to get a failing grade on this front. The Okanagan County PUD received a similar audit finding back in June. The Douglas PUD's Public Information Officer, Megan Vibbert, says the utility has already put programs in place to be compliant with the energy law in the future. Link Transit exceeded 1 million passenger boardings for the second year in a row, and they did it 2 months faster this year than last year. Link reached 1 million passenger rides in October and is on pace to reach nearly 1.2 million boardings by the end of this year. Before 2023, the last year boardings exceeded 1 million was in 2015. Link Transit's free Ski Link service to Mission Ridge, of course, began over the weekend and will start the season with 6 round trips on Saturdays and Sundays through December 16th. And then beginning December 17th, Mission Ridge will be open every day, so Ski Link will operate every day with the exception of Christmas Day and will return to weekend and holidays only after the winter holiday. And a quick bite, a fresh brew, and snacks galore. The Pit Stop is filling up Wenatchee with its recent opening. The downtown business started as a dream for Kelly Lillybridge as she thought about opening a business from her first store, which is right across the street, the original children's shop. That dream is now a reality. Lillybridge hopes to expand in the future by partnering with other local businesses to bring even more offerings to the menu.
I am Kelly Lillybridge. I own the original children's shop, and now I own Pit Stop. I grew up here in Wenatchee, and I moved away for college, went to the University of Washington over in Seattle, and I'm actually born in Seattle, but moved here when I was 6, so I had tons of family over there. Our family owned a children's shop that I would work at on the weekends, and then in 2011, I actually took over managing the children's shop there. And then in 2020, when COVID hit and my husband started working remotely and we had 3 kids, we were like, what are we doing in Seattle? We want to leave. I decided we were going to come back here to Wenatchee with our kids and raise them here. And so I opened the original children's shop across the street in end of 2020, which was kind of a wild time. But so I've run that now for 4 years, and this little window stand has been here, and it's been a couple of different things, but nothing kind of ever seemed to stick. So I would daydream. I'd look across the street and daydream about what I wanted this window to be. And I hadn't worked in the food industry since college, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take one for the team, and I'm going to open this cute little pit stop, and we're going to do coffee, and we're going to do cold drinks, and we're going to do breakfast and little lunch specials, grab and go snacks, things kind of geared towards people that are working downtown or might be downtown shopping and want something quick. And so that's kind of how my little dream here was started. So I'm not really classifying myself as a coffee shop. I'm more like, I have coffee and I'm offering coffee, but my kind of business model is more geared towards the grab and go food. So ready-made salads, breakfast sandwiches. This used to be a hot dog stand called Wurst. So on Fridays, we're doing hot dogs lunch specials. So today's hot dog special is what I've called a Wenatchee dog. So it has apple sauerkraut and stone ground mustard and cream cheese on it, and it's quite tasty. And we'll do little lunch specials and things here and there. But again, really just kind of wanted a business model geared towards people that maybe don't have time to go into a restaurant and wait for food, or, you know, they just they're walking their dog and it's just, this window's so convenient to walk up and get a hot cocoa or a coffee or a cold drink even on a warm day. So right now everything is prepared here, but we're hoping to kind of expand in the future and partner with some of the other local businesses in town and bring in some of their products that we can also sell here. I would just love to kind of be able to be a great resource for people who, again, want something quick and easy. I see expanding into, we're going to bring in smoothies in the spring when it's a little warmer. I kind of just opened this with this idea that I want people to tell me what they want, because that's the whole reason that I kind of saw this vision for the business, was just working downtown and thinking like, I have 10-minute break. I want to go get like a soda and have it on ice and just maybe like grab some dried mango and some pretzels, you know, a little snack, a little something to get me through my afternoon. So I'm hoping that picks up and that people appreciate what we offer here.
All of a sudden I want a hot dog, and it's only 7:18 in the morning. That is the news on this Monday. We'll be gathering the news, disseminating the news, and out comes a newscast at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. 5, 6, and 10, the NCWLIFE Evening News. If that doesn't work in your schedule, and we know we're all going to be busy this week with the holiday, you can watch the news anytime you want, starting at 5 o'clock. It'll be up and running and posted on our homepage, ncwlife.com, our Facebook page, our YouTube page. We have an X, we have an Instagram. We have things that, quite frankly, scare me. And if something out there warrants our attention, or you think it might be newsworthy, you send us an email, because it's not that hard. We're easy to find, news@ncwlife.com. Good weekend for the Seahawks. Not so much for college football fans. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
As Chelan's premier lifestyle store, Willow, find unique home decor, clothing, jewelry, and more. Come visit for a welcoming and memorable shopping experience.
You're invited to experience small-town holidays in iconic Lake Chelan. From local shopping to Santa parades, a getaway visit to Lake Chelan is a great way to make this holiday season special. Learn more at smalltownholidays.com.
Shoot, I think I left my keys in the kitchen. Can you grab them?
Yep.
Find them?
What's this?
It's a locking bag. It keeps Grandma's medication safe.
But I could just take it.
Well, for one thing, it locks. And if it were gone, I know there's a problem.
Huh. Well played.
Help prevent opioid misuse before it starts. Visit getthefactsrx.com.
It's cold outside and time to make sure your loved ones are safe and secure at home during the cold months ahead. Aging and Adult Care has low-cost, in-home care options for seniors, adults with disabilities, and for caregivers assisting relatives or friends. Services like housekeeping, personal care, and home-delivered meals can make such a difference for you or someone you know. These services and more are available by calling Aging and Adult Care's offices at 1-800-572-4459. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, located on South Wenatchee Ave, has the largest selection of spas and swim spas in town. Stay cool this summer in an artesian swim spa and use it all year long. We enjoy helping families reconnect one spa at a time. Hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis pain. Our passion is water, so please bring us a water sample, and we will help you diagnose your pool or spa water for free. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, your pool and spa experts.
21 minutes after the hour, the Seahawks used a strong defensive performance to muscle Arizona for a victory. They're back in first place. In the NFC West, Seattle's defense held the Cardinals to 49 yards rushing. They sacked Kyler Murray 5 times, and they converted a Murray interception into a 69-yard return for a touchdown, and the Seahawks win 16-6. So that means it's back to first place. In the division, they are at 6-5. The 49ers dropped to 5-6. They lost to Green Bay 38-10. It wasn't even that close. And Philadelphia, Saquon Barkley rushed for 255 yards and 2 touchdowns in the Eagles' 37-20 win over the Rams. So a good weekend with the Seahawks, not so much for the local football team. Central Washington is out of the playoffs. The NCAA Division II tournament, they lost on the road at Western Colorado on Saturday, 28-21. Eastern season also comes to an end. They already knew that, but they lost to Arizona 30-18. And congratulations to Oregon State, the Pac-12 conference champions. They beat Washington State in a last-minute field goal, 41-38. Sale Kraken on the road to L.A. Saturday, lost to the King. Brandon Montour's third period goal, not enough. The home squad comes away with a 2-1 victory. Seattle continues their trip in California. Tonight, they'll be taking on the Ducks in Anaheim, 7 o'clock on Kong TV. The Wenatchee Wild couldn't keep up with the onslaught of the Portland Winterhawks on Saturday. Lost on the road 8-4. Daniel Hauser was peppered with 38 shots on goal. Real, McCloskey, McMillan, and Friesen all found the back of the net for Wenatchee, but it wasn't enough. The Wild will be at Seattle Wednesday at 7:05. And, of course, our friend Austin Andrade will have the call locally on 560 KPQ. The Wenatchee Panther volleyball team came home with the third-place trophy in the WIAA State 4A tournament in Yakima over the weekend. Our very own Eric Granstrom was there, and he filed this report.
It's not a state championship, but third place is nothing to sneeze about. That's the story for the Wenatchee Panthers here at the Sundome at the WIAA 4A State Volleyball Tournament. After 2 wins on Friday, the Panthers were into the semifinals on Saturday morning, but they ran into a very tough Kennedy Catholic team that was strong at the net, and they would take it 3 sets to 1. That put Wenatchee in a difficult situation of having to overcome the emotions and try to win that third place trophy. Chance to talk to the senior starters about their experience here at State and how tough that was to bounce back from a morning loss on Saturday.
I mean, yeah, it's not exactly what we were hoping for in the beginning, but I mean, I will say I feel like we left everything we had in our semis game and in that game. Even though that's not the trophy we necessarily were wanting, third place is still pretty good. Third place is still pretty good, and I think with all the opportunities we've been given, I think that we should still all stay grateful. I mean, I'm just happy. Our last game, you could see in our video and things and in pictures that we were all smiling the whole time. So it was a fun game to end on.
Obviously happy to end on a win. Last game, I mean, we fought as hard as we could, and I think it's hard coming back after a loss and still trying to battle for that third place position, and I thought we did it beautifully. Just trying to see, like, after a loss, you have to find the positive, and we did that.
Well, I mean, emotions were high. You know, we lost the semifinals. We were very sad about it, but our coach came into the locker room, told us we just need to get it together and play one last round and go out on a win. And so that's what we did, and I feel like we did it to the best of our ability. We came out here and we put up a good show, and I think we just played our hearts out, and I'm really proud.
I think that it, like Ava said, it was bittersweet. I'm glad that I got to go to state, at least for my senior year. I was hoping the outcome would be different, but I'm glad that we pulled out third place, and I'm glad that I could spend my last moments with the people on my team. I think our best memories from state is staying in our hotel and doing playing games and just getting to know each other more and just having fun, and yeah. I will say I think I got all of my crying out last game, but I think that I'm just happy that we ended on a high note and ended all together.
I mean, yeah, you think about it, that could have been my last serve, that could have been my last block, just trying to embrace everything. Honestly, embracing the crowd. I could look up there every few points, and I think, of the amazing community that I come from, and, I mean, each moment is super special, so just when I do smile when I think of those things and that it could be my last, and now it is.
I'm going to miss so many things. Just playing with all my teammates. I'm not going to get to play with a lot of them ever again. So I'm really going to miss my teammates is probably the most thing. Our coach, well, I mean, I don't want to get emotional, but she's amazing. She's not just a coach, but she's also a friend. And so that's really cool and special to have. Shout out to Coach Jay. I love you so much.
So the Panthers bring home a third-place trophy, the fourth trophy ever in the history of the volleyball program at Wenatchee High School. Here at the Sundome in Yakima, I'm Eric Grandstrom on the NCWLIFE channel.
Thank you very much, Eric. By the way, the Wenatchee finishes the season 21-1. The number 1 seed, Curtis, swept Kennedy Catholic in the championship to win the state title. Cashmere back in the semifinals of the state 1A football tournament. They took care of Nooksack Valley Saturday at Lee Bofta Field at the Apple Bowl, 38-12. I brought a camera. Steve Sandman brought his microphone from our friends 1340 The Hawk.
Hatmaker on the shotgun, back pedals looking right, wide open. It is. Did he get in? He did. Touchdown Bulldogs. Logan Spees. 14-yard reception, and the Bulldogs strike first. Evan Brown brings them to the line of scrimmage. Snap, flip out to Lentz. Disrupts the ball. It's on the ground. They're scrambling for it, and the ball belongs to the Bulldogs. Snap. Hatmaker being rushed. Hatmaker's going to go for the home run ball in the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
What an absolute throw.
Brown with a snap. He's going to work from the shotgun. Snap. He's got Lentz out on the flat. Finds a receiver. Intercepted by the Bulldogs. Holy cow.
Would you go after this punt right here? Do you go after this?
I would.
We haven't blocked the punt all year. Oh, wow.
Almost got it, too. Zavala at the 46. Tries to cut around the right side. He gets a break. 35 to the 30. 25 to the 20. Zavala doesn't need a thing. He's got a touchdown.
So that's why
48 yards.
Unbelievable.
Hatmaker. Blitz. Blitz is coming. Almost a hold. Hatmaker finds a receiver. What a catch.
No way.
What a catch, Logan Spees.
Oh, my goodness, what a catch.
Zavala in motion. Hatmaker looking, rolling right. Got good blocking. Hatmaker's going to keep it. He's going to cut up the middle, and he runs in. Hatmaker is in for the touchdown.
How did he sneak in there? Hatmaker for 8 yards.
Snap. Across the middle. Intercepted to the 20. Around to the 25. Interception by the Bulldogs. That's Braylon Rubio. Zavala in motion, circles around. Now they throw to Zavala on the right side. He's got a blocker. Zavala cuts back up. Zavala going, and in the end, touchdown! Isaac Zavala and the Kashmir Bulldogs.
So it's off to the semifinals and Royal. That'll be Saturday at Lions Field of Moses Lake, 4 o'clock kickoff there. The Knights advancing because they took apart Linden Christian 56-12. Okanagan, defending state 2B champions, are in the semifinals again. They beat Tri-Cities Prep at the Apple Bowl on Saturday afternoon 48-8. Next up for the Bulldogs, Freeman at Lee-Bofta Field at the Apple Bowl this Saturday at 4 o'clock. Elmira Cooley Heartline qualified for the state 1B semis, a narrow victory over Nia Bay, 14-12. The Warriors will take on Liberty Christian at Fran Rich Stadium in Richland this Saturday at 1 o'clock. And the Kashmir girls soccer team gets 4th place at the state 1A tournament at Mount Tahoma High School over the weekend. They lost to Cedar Park Christian in the semifinals 4-1. Then they lost to Seton Catholic 1-0 in the 3rd and 4th place game. Cedar Park Christian, by the way, won the state championship. They defeated Bellevue Christian 2-1. And those are just some of the games that people are playing at 31 minutes after the hour. It is Statehood Day in Bosnia and Herzegovina for you folks watching in those areas. It's National Parfait Day. It's Shopping Reminder Day, like you need a reminder to shop. I actually made my shopping list yesterday. I didn't shop, I just made the list. But today is about being, well, blasé. I mean, it's November, the weather isn't the best in the world. It is National Blasé Day. So are you feeling apathetic, bored, cool, disenchanted, jaded, indifferent, laid back, lukewarm, mellow? There's our friend Uriah. We miss Uriah around here. You're feeling mundane, unconcerned, uninterested, unmoved. You may be blasé, and this is your day today. Enjoy. It's 32 minutes after the hour. Today in history, 3 men were buried on Monday, November 25th, 1963. 61 years ago today, of course, the President of the United States, John F. Kennedy, Dallas police officer J.D. Tippit, and the accused of assassin of both the President and Officer Tippit, Lee Harvey Oswald. JFK's body, after they flew back from Dallas on Friday afternoon, was sent to the Naval Hospital. He was a Navy veteran. That is where the autopsy was performed. That was Friday night. His body was then moved to the White House, where it laid in state in the East Room of the White House. Then it was moved to the Rotunda of the Capitol, where it laid in state there until 9 o'clock on the morning of Monday, November 25th. The funeral procession traveled from the Capitol to the White House, and then the procession walked to St. Matthew's Cathedral for the funeral mass. There was no eulogy given. Then the procession resumed, as you see here, to Arlington National Cemetery for the burial. Kennedy's body was moved a few years later to where it is now at Arlington National Cemetery. And millions upon millions of people watched that funeral, as you might imagine, on television. That was JFK's funeral. For the officer J.D. Tippit, who of course was shot to death about an hour after the president was shot to death. J.D. Tippit, his services were held at the Beckley Hills Baptist Church. The burial followed at Laurel Land Memorial Park in Dallas. I believe we have footage of that. Of course, J.D. Tippit left behind a wife and 3 children. J.D. Tippit was honored, posthumously awarded the Medal of Valor from the American Police Hall of Fame. He also received the Police Medal of Honor, the Police Cross, and the Citizens Traffic Commission Award of Heroism. Basically, every Dallas police officer who was not on duty on Monday, November 25th, attended the funeral. The plight of J.D. Tippit's family, I mean, he had a widow and 3 children, moved a lot of the nation. $647,579 was simply mailed to the family following the assassination. The largest individual gift, $25,000 from Dallas businessman Abraham Zapruder, who of course took the famous film and sold that film to Life magazine for a lot of money, and then he gave $25,000 of that to the widow of Officer J.D. Tippit, also buried on this date in 1963. And finally, Lee Harvey Oswald, perhaps the strangest of all of these. He was buried the day after he was killed. They didn't waste a lot of time. He was buried at Shannon Rose Hill Memorial Park in Fort Worth. He is still there. The location and the time of the funeral was supposed to be kept secret, but these kinds of things are very hard to keep secret, so Local reporters found out, and about 30 or so reporters showed up. 6 of them were called into service. 6 of the reporters were asked to be pallbearers because there wasn't any. The only mourners who attended: Lee Harvey Oswald's widow, his 2 young children, his mother, and his brother Robert. That was it. The Lutheran minister who was supposed to officiate didn't show up. A last-minute replacement was found. His original grave marker, Lee Harvey Oswald's original grave marker, was stolen a few weeks later. And then in October of 1981, amongst rumors that a Russian look-alike agent was actually buried in Oswald's coffin, they exhumed his body in October of 1981. Dental records confirmed it was Lee Harvey Oswald. The remains were reburied in a new coffin. And then you remember this, in 2010, the Miller Funeral Home employed a Los Angeles auction house to sell the original coffin to an anonymous bidder. He paid $88,000 for it. The sale was halted because Oswald's brother Robert sued, said, "I own the coffin because I paid for it." In 2015, the judge ruled that the funeral home concealed the existence of the coffin from Robert Oswald, who of course originally bought it. So they ordered the coffin returned to Robert Oswald, and the $88,000 that the Miller Funeral Home got also was returned to Robert Oswald. The original coffin was destroyed. And 3 heavenly birthdays. Andrew Carnegie, who made a gazillion dollars in the steel industry in the late 19th century, became one of the richest Americans of all time, and then he turned around and gave it all away. During the last 18 years of his life, Andrew Carnegie gave away $350 million. Now that's over 100 years ago, so that's like 85 billion, 90 billion. In today's dollars, he gave them to charities, to foundations, universities. We have a Carnegie building right here in Wenatchee, of course, where the Apple Blossom offices are open. He built all kinds of things and just gave it all away. He believed in the gospel of wealth, is what he called it. He said, if you're really rich, your job is to improve society. And he did. Andrew Carnegie, born in the state 1835. One of those rare athletes, Muhammad Ali, Babe Ruth, Michael Jordan, who transcends the world of sports. Joe DiMaggio, the Yankee Clipper, born in the state in 1914. His 56-game hitting streak is still the record for 83 years. 83 years later, it still stands. He set it in 1941. In baseball's centennial in 1969, Babe Ruth was voted the greatest baseball player of all time. Joe DiMaggio was voted baseball's greatest living player. And that's how he was announced until he died in 1999, the legendary Joltin' Joe DiMaggio. And the first and only child born to a president-elect. He was born 2 weeks after his father was elected, John F. Kennedy Jr., born in the state in 1960, died in a plane crash off the coast of Martha's Vineyard at the age of 38 in 1999. We shall never know what political aspirations he may have had, but ours is not to question why. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Now, I emphasize the term heat. Our overnight low Tuesday night's going to be 27, Wednesday night 26. We're not going to get above freezing for quite some time when we get into the weekend. The cold is a-coming, folks, and it's going to put a real knack into your heating system. Make sure it can handle it. Maybe you'd want a brand new one. Man, what they can do nowadays with HVAC systems is pretty remarkable. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Mike Minotti's got an opinion coming up, and then if you haven't signed up already, it's a great way to start the Thanksgiving morning tradition. Start your own family tradition. Participate in the Turkey Trot, being put on by the Community Foundation of North Central Washington. Beth Stipe, the executive director, will join me when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
Whether you're building from the ground up or transforming your space with a custom remodel, One Way Construction is your trusted partner in creating a home that's uniquely yours. Your dream home is just a call away. Schedule your free consultation and let's build something amazing together.
So when we talk about assets, most people, myself included, think of material. possessions, tangible things that you literally own, but that's not necessarily the case, is it?
I think most people are trained when they talk to other people, hey, I have investments, or I've invested in this. They think of individual, equity accounts, maybe their 401ks, IRAs, maybe their house, right? That, hey, these are investments. And I think that's a taught habit that's pushed down from generations, or it's something that's taught to us, basically. And that's what we think about. But really, when you get to the core of like what an asset is, the first thing that should be an asset is yourself, right? I mean, are you educating yourself with, financial, education, physical education? Are you doing personal growth books on business and personal and health? Spirituality, all of that. I mean, it's you are your number one asset. And so I think that's the biggest thing is, we don't want to look at these other things that are just all based on money as assets. If you have the knowledge base, if you understand more and you've educated and you're really improving yourself as a person, you can create so much value that will turn into the money. So I would put a lot of emphasis on you as the number one asset.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, my first real job was an usher in a movie theater, the Park Theater, Caldwell, New Jersey. Oh man, I love that job. And I do love the movies. A good plot, strong characters, and cool special effects. Special effects, if they're believable, I love that stuff. But you know what's often better, just as good as a movie in its own way, is live theater. Watching real humans in real time play out lives and joys and tragedies, or a good comedy that just smacks your belly in the tummy so your tummy aches from laughing so much. And as for many of us, a good musical, well, that's not too schmaltzy, where you can just sit back and let the music wash over you. I'm often surprised when I'm doing a show and talking about it by the number of people here locally who have never experienced good live theater. Are you one of them? Think about it. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Hey there, folks. Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese splints, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Here's your coffee. That'll be $5.
Thanks.
Oh, it's only $5.
Oh, I like paying double.
Why?
I've always paid more.
You wouldn't pay double for coffee. So don't pay double on your heating bill. Cut your heating bills by up to half when you switch to a heat pump or ductless mini split and get cash back from Chelan PUD plus federal tax credits. Learn more at chelanpud.org/save.
A small town holiday wouldn't be complete without a visit to an original American hardware store in downtown Chelan. Kelly's Ace Hardware has been serving the greater Chelan area for nearly 100 years. Let them take you back to a time where personal service and quality products went hand in hand.
You're invited to experience small town holidays in iconic Lake Chelan. From local shopping to Santa parades, a getaway visit to Lake Chelan is a great way to make this holiday season special. Learn more at smalltownholidays.com.
Well, thanks to a quick Google search not 5 minutes ago, I discovered that the average American will eat about 3,000 calories worth of food just on Thanksgiving dinner. Now you throw in desserts and beverages and what have you. That could be upwards of 4,500 calories. Now I'm going to do my part on Thanksgiving Day, but I'm going to encourage you people to kind of get a head start on burning off all those calories and building up a nice big fat appetite by participating in the second annual Turkey Trot. Gobble, 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 all of it to benefit the Community Foundation, North Central Washington. Beth Stipe, our friend.
Hello.
The executive director. Hello.
Dan, thanks so much for giving us this beautiful day to come down and talk about the Turkey Trot.
Well, hopefully on Thursday, the 28th, it'll be just as nice.
Absolutely. We're going to count on that. You're going to order that up for us, aren't you?
I am. You're going to have perfect weather on Thanksgiving morning. You tried this for the first time last year.
We did.
It was like, let's throw the spaghetti against the wall and see if it's ready to go.
Absolutely.
Turns out it was ready to go.
It was insane. It was 1,300 runners and groups of families and kids, and it was a wonderful experience, and we're super glad to have it back. And we're super thankful to our sponsors who helped make that happen: Wenatchee Valley Medical Group, Cashmere Valley Bank, and Cordell Nair and Company, and also Crunch Pack and Cafe Mela, who's going to be here again to serve up hot coffee and hot cocoa this year. So that's exciting.
And the coolest part about this is that people dress up and have fun. Yes, it's a timed race, it's a competitive race, there will be prizes, but most of it is just people out having a goofy good time with their family on Thanksgiving morning.
I would say that's the majority. There are those really motivated people who I don't have any, understanding about how they do what they do, but they are here and they are here to do an amazing job. The vast majority of this is just for fun and a chance to be with community, chance to be with family, and be grateful for all the great things that we have in our community.
1,500 runners last year, participants. You must have raised a pretty good chunk of change.
Well, we keep the price really low so that we're able to make it available to everyone. And so we did raise, I think, $10,000, which is awesome. And what happens with that money is it goes into the Give to All pot for the Give NCW campaign, which is 86 nonprofit organizations throughout North Central Washington. They're all on the campaign, and we try to raise money for them. Every dollar that people give goes directly to the organizations that they choose.
So how much does it cost to register, and what do you get besides one of these?
It's $25 to register, which is a really low cost for a timed race. You get this beautiful beanie hat. You also get some coupons from our good friends at Pybus. When you come down on Wednesday night to pick up your packet and get your bib number, you can have a nice beverage with someone to kick off those holiday calories and just have a wonderful time to be part of the community. The other thing is this year's a little bit different. We will have late packet pickup on the day of the race, but no late registration. So if you want to run, you got to make a commitment by 8 o'clock the night before.
And I think most people, 8 o'clock the night before Thanksgiving, you're either in or you're not.
That's correct. Absolutely. Yeah. Nobody's going to get up on Thanksgiving Day and say, I think I might go run a 10K. Well, at least I wouldn't.
How many volunteers does it take to put this on, and do you need more?
We do need more, and you can find all this information out on our website, cfncw.org, and we have lots of volunteers. We have volunteers that come and help set up the course, take down the course, are part of the course during the run. We have Wenatchee Valley Medical Group has volunteers that are going to be at the aid stations to make sure everybody stays hydrated and safe, and then we're making sure that we have turnaround points are very clear for people. And we have a new spot for the kids race this year. So we're pretty excited about that.
Talk about that. They're just going to run around here?
They are. They're going to actually do some laps in this parking lot. So there'll be all eyeballs will be on the children, which will be great. And then we're going to have a staggered start this year. So the 10Kers, those really motivated people, we're going to let them hit the trail running. And then the 5K walkers and runners will come 15 minutes behind them. So we don't have, hopefully, a lot of overlap with people being in the way of each other.
Now, the Pybus Public Market is closed on Thanksgiving. It's one of only 2 days of the year that they're closed, Thanksgiving and Christmas. And that presented a bit of a logistical problem last year, but you have figured it out. So talk about that.
Well, we have to give a lot of thanks to Pybus Market. They are going to let us have packet pickup inside, which will be great. So instead of coming out here onto this platform and bunching up, and also with the racers getting ready to go, we're going to be able to have people walk in, grab their bib, and then walk out and get in line in their group wherever it is that they choose to run.
So kids are absolutely free.
Absolutely.
$25 for adults. Again, you have until Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving at 8 o'clock to get signed up. You're going to do all of this online, by the way, all of it online. You can pick up your packet Wednesday, or you can pick up your packet Thursday morning on the day of the race.
You're a quick learner.
I am a quick learner.
You are.
Am I? So there's going to be a tying competitive race, and there'll be first, second, and third?
Yes.
For those?
In age groups.
In age groups.
Yes.
And then the cool part, a costume contest.
Absolutely.
How does this work?
So we have a lot of people who come dressed for success. And so if you want to dress up I will be in the annual turkey outfit, but there are other folks that have come in pumpkin and turkeys and dressing up strollers and things like that. And there is a costume contest. And so the winner of the costume contest gets what we call a giving card, which is some money that's loaded onto a card that you can use on the Give NCW campaign to give to your favorite nonprofit.
Or to the
or
Give All.
nonprofits, or to give to all.
Or to give to all.
Absolutely.
You guys just raised and gave away close to $1 million, close to 7 figures for the folks up the Met Highway.
Yes, so
Talk about that.
Give Methow just concluded, and I think the final total was about $940,000 raised for the nonprofits in the Methow Valley, and we're hoping to be able to do the same thing for the rest of Chelan, Douglas, and Okanagan counties.
And this event is actually going to be the kickoff to the Give NCW campaign,
That's
which
correct.
has been going on for years, always over the holidays.
Yes.
Between Thanksgiving Day and New Year's Day.
Correct.
For the uninitiated, I know what's going on with Give NCW, but if you don't, Beth will tell you the details.
Yeah, so this is open to any grantee of the Community Foundation. So there'll be 86 different not-for-profit organizations throughout Chelan, Douglas, and Okanagan counties. And so it's really easy. It's a place where everyone can give. The minimum donation amount is $10. Every dollar that you donate to your favorite charity or nonprofit goes to them. We have donors that step up and take care of the credit card fees. So there's no money that comes off at the top. This truly is a way to support the not-for-profits that do so much throughout the year to make this place a great place to live.
And you can cherry pick any of the 80 nonprofits individually, say these are ones I specifically want to give my money to, or if you just put it all into the Give NCW pot, they all get a little piece of profit.
That's correct. At the end of the campaign, whatever is in the Give to All pot of money gets split equally among all the organizations.
So the first 1,500 you said get the hat?
Oh, 750.
So you
yes,
got to be Johnny on the spot.
You do.
This is not a cheap hat,
It's
folks.
not.
This is a nice hat.
And we already have 500 people who have signed up to run. So if you think you want a hat, now's the time.
Again, Give NCW. Go to the NCW, the Community Foundation NCW website. It's all right there for the second annual turkey trot. You created a monster here, Beth, or somebody did. Whose idea was this?
Well, this was Denise Orum's idea to bring
Okay.
back the turkey trot, and she has done an amazing job, and our communications team of Gabriella Perkey and Jennifer Dolge really do a lot of the heavy lifting to make sure that this all happens.
And again, the most important thing is to have fun.
That's right.
That's the most important thing, and the costume contest is really kind of cool.
It's very fun. We had some great costumes last year. You can check those out on our website and maybe get some inspiration. But yeah, think creatively. You know, there's all sorts of fun ways to make running fun.
Absolutely. The turkey trot is back. It is Thanksgiving morning. The start and finish
9
line
o'clock.
right outside of our door, as she already mentioned, for the serious competitive runners, and there's always a bunch of those. You'll have your bib. It'll be timed. It'll be professionally timed by a professional timing organization.
Correct.
So you'll get you right down to the 10th of a second. Prizes for first, second, and third in the 10K. Prizes in the 5K too, or just the 10K?
I think 5K as well.
Okay. Well, you wouldn't lie to me.
No.
Costume contest. It's only $25. You're going to have $25 worth of fun. And again, as I mentioned at the start of this interview, you might as well build up an appetite before you start scarfing down all the food on Thanksgiving. Anything else while I have you here, Beth?
Nope. Come do good for yourself and do good for your community.
You like your job a lot, don't you?
It's pretty great.
Yeah, and this is a pretty cool, damn cool place to live.
Well,
so that helps.
And where else do I get to wear a turkey outfit?
That's true.
You know,
That's
what
true.
other jobs let you do that?
That's true. Beth Stipe, the Executive Director of the Community Foundation, North Central Washington. We will see you here on Thanksgiving morning.
See you here.
Yeah. Oh, you said 9 o'clock start. For those folks who What time do they need to be here to check in if they didn't pick up their packet on Wednesday?
Oh, 8 o'clock is probably your best bet, so that you can make sure that you can get in line and get situated if you haven't picked it up. Again, packet pickup the night before in the Pybus concourse till 8 p.m.
Beth Stipes, so good to see you.
Good to see you.
I get to see you before the holidays are over, right? One more time?
Absolutely.
You got it. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
It's cold outside and time to make sure your loved ones are safe and secure at home during the cold months ahead. Aging and Adult Care has low-cost in-home care options for seniors, adults with disabilities, and for caregivers assisting relatives or friends. Services like housekeeping, personal care, and home-delivered meals can make such a difference for you or someone you know. These services and more are available by calling Aging and Adult Care's offices at 1-800-572-4459.
Hey folks, Lehman here with Crown Furniture and Mattress. Folks, there's no question if you're looking for top quality furniture and mattresses, Crown Furniture and Mattress is the place for you. Whether it's Flex Steel's patented blue steel spring, Englander's 120 years of innovation, or Stanton's incredible comfort. Folks, we have it all. So stop by and see us today at 736 South Wenatchee Avenue.
Culinary Apple is the place for holiday gift giving. We have gifts for everyone, including our most popular gift box full of locally grown apples, our famous fudge, and cinnamon glazed nuts. Let Culinary Apple make your gift giving easy this year.
You're invited to experience small town holidays in iconic Lake Chelan. From local shopping to Santa parades, a getaway visit to Lake Chelan is a great way to make this holiday season special. Learn more at smalltownholidays.com.
Boy, the clouds thicken up, and then they thin out, then they thicken up, then they thin out. Now they're thickened back up again. Temperature has not moved at all. It was 36 degrees when this show started at 7 o'clock. It's still 36 degrees, and we're not going to get much warmer than that. The rain stopped right around 5 o'clock, but it did get some overnight rain, which gives me another excuse to show you this rather interesting slide about how wet this November has been. There is Wenatchee. This goes back to, records go back to the late 1940s, and we're already have the 5th wettest November on record, and a lot of it basically over the course of 4 days. Now, these numbers are just from through Friday. This doesn't include Saturday. We didn't get really any rain on Saturday, a little bit overnight, Friday night into Saturday, and it doesn't account for the rain that we got last night and into the morning hours, so we've actually had even more than what that 2.03 inches of rain. Of course, we had last Tuesday, we had over half an inch of rain. Last Wednesday, we had almost half an inch of rain. On Friday, we had 3/4 of an inch of rain, which not only set a new record for the 22nd day of November for rainfall here, but it blew by the old record by almost half an inch. We were just under a deluge. And look how much rain Omak has gotten so far this month. That is crazy. Crazy numbers for Omak. 3.69 inches of rain already in Omak. And again, it's only the 25th. We have a few more days to go, so those numbers will go up before it's over. But it has been a very wet November, especially last week. But we're going to start drying out a little bit. In fact, we're going to see some sunshine for a couple of days. From the National Weather Service, here is your forecast. It's going to be cloudy. It's going to be foggy. It's going to be misty. Some spittles of rain is still not out of the question. Could get a few more stray raindrops. We'll get up to about 41 for the afternoon high. Snow level today, by the way, at 2,800 feet. Patchy fog, lots of clouds tonight, 30 for the overnight low. Once the fog burns off Tuesday, we'll be under the influence of high pressure for 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday. And this time of the year, that usually means, as long as the clouds aren't here to be trapped, that usually means sunshine. That's going to be the case. In fact, quite mild on Tuesday with a high of 44. But clear skies on Tuesday night means pretty chilly temperatures, 27 for the overnight low, 43 for the afternoon high on Thanksgiving Eve. Wednesday night, lots of clouds and an overnight low of 26. Thanksgiving Day looks pretty raw, folks. Going to be foggy. It's going to be cloudy. We're only going to get up to 39 degrees, which is actually about normal for this time of the year. No real travel concerns, by the way. Not a lot of snow forecast for the Cascade Passes. That looks pretty good to go. Friday for Black Friday, day 2 of the holiday weekend. Lots of sunshine and a high of 41. And then we'll see passing clouds mixed with some clouds and some fog on Saturday and Sunday and into the early part of next week. Have a good Monday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.